Welcome to this Word of Hope. It's Friday, September 26th, and we are getting a continuation of this story of the Israelites post-exile. They're just being freed from Babylonian captivity. You have Persian emperors, Artaxerxes, Cyrus, Darius, who have told the Jews they can go back to Jerusalem after some 48 years, and you can go and rebuild your temple. We have this dawning of hope. I think it's hard to understand just how dejected and how upside down the world felt for the Israelites just some 48 years prior, when the Babylonians destroyed the temple and took into captivity all the Jews in Jerusalem in 587 BC. And now, 48 years later, this is an incredible change of events. We hear from Ezra telling that story this past week. And today we hear from Haggai. And we know in Ezra, just on Tuesday, said that the prophecies of Haggai and Zechariah really encouraged the Israelites in this time of transition. There is this dawning of hope. There is this light at the end of the tunnel. There is this saying where this says it is darkest just before the dawn. And Christ is the same thing for the disciples. We have him being declared by the disciples in our gospel today as the Son of God. It's the same kind of world upending turn where the Messiah, this long-awaited hope, the dawn itself is there. And yet dawn is still rising, and they're learning to understand it. We can live in very dark times. Everything can seem lost. But as history shows, as the great forefathers and foremothers of ours from centuries ago who experienced such darkness writes down for us that God never abandons. It might seem very dark. Dawn is on the horizon. And the prophecies of Haggai and Zechariah, the remembrance of this history by Ezra, and the disciples writing down their journey with Christ, who proclaimed the dawn of God in the midst of what might seem like darkness and loss, what might seem without hope. They proclaim Jesus as the Son of God, and they remember how God has worked through the centuries in the history of their own people. We need the Zechariahs and the Haggais, the Ezras. We need that echo of our Jewish ancestors. We need that faith and prophecy of the disciples with Jesus in the midst. Let us walk with them in the hope, and let us observe how they teach us to endure what might seem like confusion and darkness, and trust that God accomplishes what he wills. God bless.